In this video, I'm going to show you how to build the ultimate budget YouTube studio. By the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to build a solid YouTube studio that lets you make professional looking, quality videos all without breaking the bank. Grab yourself a tasty beverage, kick back, and enjoy this in-depth ultimate budget YouTube studio guide. We'll be covering gear for 5 main categories: video, audio, lighting, background, and data. For each category, I've broken it down into 3 main pricing tiers. The first tier is the essentials tier. These are the bare necessities to get up and running at the lowest cost. The next tier is the deluxe tier. This is all the necessities plus some convenience items. And the ultimate tier, which is everything in deluxe with higher quality choices and things that just make life that much easier. I'll also be giving you a detailed pricing breakdown. We'll also cover how to use your new studio once it's built. Finally, we'll get into 3 amazing money-saving tips that could significantly lower these costs for you. Now, let's get right into the gear you'll need for your new YouTube studio. I'll assume you already have a space in which to build your studio. You'll need 3 things: a desk, a chair, and a computer. My desk and chair are both from IKEA, and I have an older MacBook Pro. It gets the job done. I'm not going to factor that into the costs, as you likely already have some or all of those items. First things first, you're obviously going to need a camera of some sort. The camera I recommend is the Sony Alpha ZV-E10 with the 16 to 50 millimeter kit lens. This is a 4K mirrorless camera, and it's all you'll really need. The ZV-E10 is small and lightweight, making it easy to carry around and set up on a dedicated mount. The ZV-E10 is capable of recording 100 megabits 4K video at up to 30 frames per second with no 30-minute recording limit like some other cameras. The ZV-E10 is part of Sony's E-mount lens system, which means that you can easily upgrade your kit lens to a more specialized lens. That kit lens, by the way, is more than sufficient to start with, and I'm actually using it right now. It has eye tracking, product showcase autofocus, and a variety of shooting modes. The ZV-E10 has built-in makeup skin smoothing. Maybe you had a bad night of sleep or a few too many margaritas the night before. This camera can help out a little bit with that. You can flip out the screen so you can navigate the menus easier and see your shot. Super handy. This camera also has image stabilization, which helps to reduce camera shake. The ZV-E10 has USB-C connectivity, so you can easily connect it to your computer to transfer files or even use it as a webcam for streaming. Nice little bonus feature there. The price is $798 on Amazon, so you're getting a full 4K video solution for under $1,000. This is the camera we'll be using for all pricing tiers. Don't fall into the trap of buying a super expensive camera if you're still a beginner. Next up, you'll want something to mount your new camera to your desk with. I use a camera mount like this. You can swing it out of the way when you're not using it, and the mount screws right into the camera, holding it in place. There's currently a 5% coupon available, bringing the cost to $79.95. Moving on to the deluxe tier for video. First off, grab yourself a dummy camera battery. So a dummy battery is a camera battery that slides into the battery compartment and plugs into the wall so it can provide continuous power to your camera. Can stay on forever. This is amazing. And there's also an official Sony one, but I'm actually using one of the aftermarket ones right now, and it works great. The price is $24.99. There is also a coupon for $3 off right now. The price after that is $21.99. Trust me, you are going to want one of these. Next item, a teleprompter. You'll need to deliver the information to your camera, and memorizing parts of your script and then delivering it without screwing up is really hard work. With a teleprompter, you can be looking at the camera while you read your script. It just makes things so much easier. The one I recommend is called the Padcaster Parrot teleprompter. It fits great on the ZV-E10 camera, and it uses your smartphone to display your video script using an app that they provide for free. I'm using it right now. Can you tell? The Parrot teleprompter also comes with a really handy Bluetooth remote. Pretty freaking awesome. It just makes recording your videos so much easier. Full disclosure, the hood of the Parrot version 2 does block part of the shot. You can either zoom or crop your shot, but the third option is to carefully modify the hood with some cutting pliers to remove the area blocking the shot. Not ideal, but this is a budget studio. The price for the Padcaster Parrot version 2 is $99 on Amazon. There is a newer version coming out called the Parrot Pro, which accommodates for a wider shot. You've got options here depending on your budget. With all this new equipment, you're gonna have quite a few cables strewn all about your studio. You'll wanna grab yourself a pack of cable ties. These are great for type A people who like to be organized or type B people who need some organization. So basically, good for everybody. You can grab 100 pack of these for just $6.99 and you'll have a crap ton of them and more than enough to last probably the rest of your life. Let's get into the ultimate tier for video. First off, you might as well go for that official Sony dummy battery for that peace of mind that it's Sony approved. Price for that is $99. Next up, get yourself a quick release camera mount adapter that allows you to really easily unmount your camera. Definitely a nice to have if you're planning to take your camera outside of your studio at all. The price for that is $25.99. Next up, the ZV-E10 has this great swivel screen, but there's no protection for the glass. So you can grab a screen protector for that and keep it from getting scratched up too easily. The price for that is $7.88. And finally, get yourself a small desk mirror. You don't want to record a ton of content only to find you have something weird on your face. So grab a little desk mirror and problem solved. You can get this nice swiveling one for $9.89. So that wraps up the video category. Here is a full shopping list with the totals in the video category. Next up, let's get into the essentials tier for audio. First things first, the Rode VideoMic Go 2. This is a compact shotgun microphone. It's directional and it will block out sound from anywhere that it's not pointing. The sound from this mic is amazing for what you're paying. It's ultra lightweight, weighing in at just 89 grams. There's no battery required and it takes zero maintenance. It has both a 3.5mm and USB output. We'll be using the 3.5mm and this plugs directly into your ZV-E10 camera. It really couldn't be easier. It features a built-in shock mount to reduce noise and it's versatile. We'll be mounting this to a boom arm, but it can also clip right into your camera. The price for this mic is going to be around $99. We want great audio and that is what you'll be getting. It's also the mic that I'm using right now and I couldn't be happier. I mean, you be the judge. Next up, so you'll want to get a boom arm that mounts to your desk and then attach your shotgun mic to the arm. You can boom the mic directly over your mouth but out of your shot. You'll point it down at your mouth and as a result you'll get great sounding audio like what you're hearing right now. We are not going with a lavalier mic, so there's no messing with clips and wires under your shirt, and you'll leave this set up at all times and then just swivel the arm around when it's time to record. It is so easy. It's only $16.99. Next up, get yourself a long audio cable to bring the audio down that boom arm and into your camera. There is no need to use a handheld recorder in the middle. Just plug the audio directly into your ZV-E10. Make sure that the audio cable is long enough. Make sure the connector is angled so it doesn't stick out in front of the camera's swivel screen. And whatever you do, do not coil the audio cable while you're using it. It'll start to pick up all sorts of weird noise in your audio. The price for a 15-foot angled 3.5mm cable is $8.99 on Amazon. Moving on to the deluxe tier for audio. You'll want to get yourself a pair of studio headphones. The pair I recommend is the Sony MDR7506 headphones. They're lightweight, comfortable, and super affordable, and they are considered industry standard headphones. You'll start noticing them in pictures of famous celebrities, and it also gives you that much more confidence in them. Now, the price for these headphones is only $74.99. Now for the ultimate tier, get yourself a pack of acoustic panels. Acoustic panels help absorb sound waves and they reduce the amount of noise and echo in your studio. You just peel the label off, stick them to the wall, and you're good to go. One quick tip, be sure to mount them both behind you and in front of you. Any large flat wall surface is a candidate for treatment here. So the price for a 52 pack of acoustic panels is $59.99. So that covers all the audio equipment. Here are the totals for the audio category. the lighting category. This is going to cover your main lighting. So we're gonna use what's called a 2-point lighting setup. So we'll want 2 main lights for your studio. A key light, which is the primary light, and a fill light, which is a secondary light designed to fill in the shadows created by the key light. Both lights are positioned at a 45-degree angle towards the subject, that's you, and this setup will be more than sufficient for your studio. There's also something called 3-point lighting where you add an additional backlight, but for now, let's just go with the simpler setup. 2-point lighting is actually what I'm using right now. Let's get into the essentials tier. For your key light, get yourself an LED panel light. The light I recommend you get is this Neewer 15.5-inch LED panel light. This is going to be the main light that illuminates your face. This panel light uses a C-clamp that mounts to your desk, which really does save a lot of space. And it also has an adjustable ball head. Just find the settings that work for you. It will remember the last settings. This is $139.99, and I'm actually using it to illuminate this shot. Next, you'll want to round out your 2-point lighting with a fill light. I recommend just grabbing another one of these Neewer panel lights, and your setup will be fantastic with 2 of these very powerful and very affordable studio lights. Moving on to the deluxe tier for the key light, I recommend the GVM Lantern LED Softbox. This light comes with its own tripod, and so you'll want a little more room in your studio. Because of this big lantern, it's going to splash the light all around your studio a lot more than that Neewer LED panel light. There's currently a coupon for $15 off, bringing it down to $254.99 after the discount. Which brings us to the fill light for the deluxe tier. Just grab the Neewer LED panel light so you'll have one of each, a softbox and a panel light, and this is actually the setup I'm using in my studio right now, and it works fantastically. Finally, for the ultimate tier, you'll be grabbing 2 of the GVM Lantern LED softboxes. If you're tight on space, just go with those desk-mounted panel lights, and that will save you both a ton of money and space. Now we'll get into some extra background lighting you can grab in the next section. Here are the totals for the lighting category. Moving on to the background category. Okay, first up, for the essentials tier, just clean and organize your studio. That's it. There's nothing you need to buy here. A cluttered studio can be really distracting for your viewers who are probably wondering, what is that purple thing? So just give your studio a good cleanup and you're all set. Moving on to the deluxe tier. First, an accent light for your background. For this, I recommend getting yourself a medium-sized dimmable salt lamp. It can dramatically improve the overall visual appeal of your video. You can grab an 11 to 15 pound salt lamp on Amazon. There is currently a 5% coupon, bringing the price down to $37.99 for this salt lamp. I think they look great. Mine is right here. Next up, get yourself this 2-pack of small Neewer tripod mounted panel lights. With this purchase, you get 2 small panel lights that come with these red, blue, and yellow gels. It's actually amazing what a difference these made for my studio. Throwing these on the background just looks elevated. There's also currently a coupon for 10% off. The cost after that is $32.39. For the ultimate tier, first, get yourself an artificial tree. Research has actually shown that indoor plants, fake or real, can actually help reduce both stress and anxiety. And what's nice about an artificial tree is there is 0 upkeep. You don't have to worry about it dying on you. I recommend the Nearly Natural brand 6.5-foot palm tree. That is this exact tree right here. The price for that is $84.34. And lastly, you'll want to get a ceramic planter to hold it in. The Nearly Natural tree has a base diameter of 7 inches, so you'll want to get at least a 9 to 12 inch diameter pot so it doesn't fall over. It also just looks nice. You can get yourself this nice ceramic pot from Amazon for $59.99. Let's do a quick comparison of the different background tiers so you can decide which might work best for you. Here is a messy and disorganized studio. Here's the essentials tier where the studio has been cleaned and organized. Here's the deluxe tier that has background lights and an accent light. And here is the ultimate tier with the addition of an artificial tree. So what do you think? Which one's best? Check out that tree, huh? That's a pretty sweet tree. Come on, look at this tree. Look at this salt lamp. Look at these lights. All right. So that covers the background for your studio. Here are the totals for that. By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you can get more valuable content like this. Let's talk about data, data storage, and data transfer. Let's start with the essentials tier. First things first, you'll want to pick up a memory card for your camera, as the ZV-E10 we talked about does not come with one. I recommend a minimum of 128 gigs for your memory card. That should get you about 3 hours of 4K video, give or take. Very important, make sure you grab a fast SDXC U3 card. On the card, you'll see SDXC and this little U3 symbol. Otherwise, you won't be able to record 100 megabits per second 4K video. You can just use the link below to make sure you're getting the right one. The price for the 128 gig card is $36.99 on Amazon. Next up, get yourself an angled USB-C cable so the screen isn't blocked when you have it plugged in. So the ZV-E10 is really cool. You can just plug a USB cable into it, plug it into your computer, and copy your videos right to your computer. The price for an angled USB-C cable is $21.99 on Amazon. Let's move on to the deluxe tier. We're going to double the size of that memory card to 256 gigs. That should get you 6 hours of continuous 4K video, which is awesome. The price for that is $72.99. If you have the money, spring for the better card. Lastly, in the deluxe tier, get yourself a 1 terabyte solid state drive to store your videos and edit them on, so you don't have to store them on your computer's hard drive. SSDs are blazing fast. You'll be able to render your videos at a much faster rate compared to a traditional hard drive, and that can save you a ton of time while editing. The price for a 1 terabyte SSD is $89.99 on Amazon. All right, the ultimate tier for data. Get a 2 terabyte SSD. That's twice as much space, so you can store even more video. The price for the 2 terabyte SSD is $139.99 on Amazon. And lastly, you'll want to grab a USB hub to plug your camera and SSD into, and any other peripherals you might be adding down the road. You might actually need this if you've run out of USB 3 ports, but either way, I recommend you get a hub with on and off switches for each device. So when it's time to transfer your files, you literally just push a button and the camera goes into USB transfer mode and it's connected to your computer. Convenience is king. Currently, there is a coupon for 15% off, so the cost after that is $21.24. Here are the totals for the data category. And that is everything you need to build your ultimate budget YouTube studio. Let's go over the totals for each tier. So let me take you through the entire checklist of recording from start to finish. With this studio setup, it is really easy to use. First off, you're gonna wanna turn on your studio lights, your background lights, and your accent light. Then swivel your shotgun mic around so it's boomed over your mouth. Then turn on your camera and slide your phone into the teleprompter. Then say something out loud to make sure your audio is coming through, and then press record. So all in all, it's under 2 minutes to start recording, which is amazing. When you're done recording, plug in the USB cable and the camera will go into USB data transfer mode. Then you just open up the camera on your desktop and drag and drop the files to your solid state drive, and that's it. It really could not be easier. So that was the entire studio setup and how to use it. Now let's talk money. I have 3 savings tips for you that could really help lower the cost. First things first, I've been using Honey, which is a deal hunting browser extension that is pretty amazing. It can show you where to get the best prices, it'll automatically enter coupon codes, and it'll show you how often items go on sale. There's a link below so you can see if you're getting the best deal on these items. Next up, sometimes there are Amazon lightning deals which only last for a few hours, during which items become significantly cheaper. For example, I was able to get an additional $83 off just in lightning deals, not to mention the savings I was able to get in the next section. A good strategy here is to check these items every day for about a month and then buy them when they go on sale. And then at the end of the month, you can just purchase the rest of what you haven't already gotten on sale. You are almost guaranteed to save money if you use this strategy and you're willing to be patient. And the last money saving tip I have is for you to take advantage of credit cards. If you already have a credit card, check if you have any current rewards saved up. Now this might seem obvious, but sometimes I forget, and then when I check to see how much I have, it turns out I have enough to make a big dent off of a purchase. Now, if you don't have a credit card, there are two great ones you might want to consider. There is a note of caution at the end, so there's a good chance you're already an Amazon Prime member. And if that's the case, the first card you might want to consider is the Amazon Prime Store card for Prime members. As of right now, the card comes with an instant $60 gift card, and then you get 5% back on all Amazon purchases, which is pretty awesome. And you should definitely consider this, as it can save you a ton of money on your studio purchase. The second and last credit card we'll talk about is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. This is a bit of a heavy hitter, not just because it's one of those fancy metal cards, but it can also save you a ton of money, but only if you play by the rules. First off, there is a $95 yearly fee for this card. Now that might sound like a lot, so why should you even consider it? Well, they have a gargantuan 60,000 point welcome bonus, which turns out to be $600 in cash back. Now, in order to qualify for those 60,000 welcome points, you need to spend at least $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening the card. So that ends up being a whopping $505 in net gain cash back after that $95 card fee, of course, and that's crazy. I myself got this deal. It saved me a bunch of money, but you need to spend that $4K in the first 3 months to get it. So after your studio purchase is done, if you already have around $800 or $900 in monthly expenses anyways, you can just switch those expenses to this card, which is what I did, and then you'll end up with that $505 net gain after the 3 months. Pretty incredible savings there if you play the credit card game to win. Now, an obligatory note of caution: only use a credit card if you have the money to pay it off immediately. Never carry a balance, or that defeats the whole purpose of saving money on your ultimate budget YouTube studio. If you do have Amazon Prime, the Prime Store card is a no-brainer in my opinion, because you get that $60 gift card and 5% off, and you can just pay it off right away, and you just saved yourself a bunch of money. The Chase Sapphire Preferred card takes a little more work over the span of 3 months, but obviously pays off handsomely. So choose wisely, and never carry a balance if you decide to leverage credit cards for your studio purchase. So that wraps up the money-saving tips for your studio gear. If this has all been very helpful to you, you may be interested in this very handy and free Google spreadsheet I've created that contains everything we've just covered in detail. It has all the calculations and links to everything right from within the sheet, and you can use this as a shopping list for building your studio. Click the link below for that. We just covered a ton of information, and I applaud you for getting through all of that good stuff. Links for everything we talked about are below, and I really hope your studio turns out absolutely great. And I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Feel free to share a comment below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to keep watching, check out this video right here. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I will see you in the next video.